Hey, y'all. It's a little awkward. It's always awkward starting lives because I haven't done it in a really long time and I never know when I'm actually on the screen. Anyway, tonight's video is going to be about why you were denied. You have a bang up credit score, your credit is just bomb.com, and you're wondering why you got denied. All right. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back, baby. And if you clicked on this video, it is because you are like 8 in 10 Americans that suffer from score debilitating issues on your credit report. So you need to go ahead and follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. Now, tonight's video is going to be super duper short. And I got some janky notes that we're going to be going through right now. I will tell you, as a credit solutionist, there is not one day or one evening when I post about credit on my personal social media and somebody automatically goes in and says, well, hey, Victoria, I have an 800 credit score, or I have a 720, or I have a 750, and I'm not going to get denied. I think my credit is fine. Well, okay, but not exactly, because there's always somebody out there that has a 670, a 750 credit score, an 800. They apply for something and they get denied, and they have no reason why. They don't know. The reason they don't know is because they don't understand their credit score. So, right now, we're going to talk about why you, with your 750 credit score, just got denied. All right. Number one, you don't have enough trade lines. It is totally possible to have 2 to 3 accounts on your credit report and still have sucky credit, even though you have a high score. It's because you don't have enough history. You don't have enough information about you for a lender to make an informed decision about whether or not they should even work with you. So think about when you first went and got a job, right? When you first got that job, they were looking at your resume. Your resume basically tells your prospective employer if you're worth it. How is it going? Like, does this person have any experience out here in the game? Your credit report is no different. So let's say you have 2 to 3 trade lines. That's all you have on your credit report, but you still have a 700 something. Okay. The lender's going to be looking at you like, yeah, I see you have these 3 credit cards, but I don't think you can handle this house over here because all you have done so far is pay a $25 minimum balance on 3 store credit cards. I hope that makes sense. So, reason number one that you, with your bomb credit score, got denied is because you don't have enough trade lines. All right. Oh, and I see we got somebody in here. Hey, Shondo. Thanks for checking me out. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of lonely up in here, but it's all good. We're going to keep going because I got my list and we're going to knock this out. It's going to be a short one tonight. All right. So, reason number two that you, with your bomb credit score, ended up getting denied for whatever it was that you wanted, a house, a car, doesn't matter, right? Next thing, the types of debt that you have in your credit file are not correct for the type of loan that you're trying to get. So, what does that mean? Again, that means you can have credit cards up the wazoo. You can have a ton of history on your credit report. But if you only have credit cards and you're trying to go get a mortgage, guess what's going to happen? They're going to look at you again and say, okay, we can see you handle credit card debt, but what about installments? Can you handle a long-term loan that is $200,000? Can you? Well, we don't know because you only have a certain type of credit on your report. So, what you want to do here is you want to talk or you want to try to fix your credit mix, right? So, you want to have a balanced mix of credit cards and installments. Okay. Have a couple of credit cards that are revolving, never store cards. I don't believe in those. The other thing you should have are installment notes. If you're going to be trying to get a house or doing something big like that, I wouldn't say get an installment note like a car. Don't get a car if you're trying to get a house. Get a smaller installment to show that you can make those payments. Do like a self lender or something like that. All right. So I'm hoping that this is making sense, y'all. It's been a while since I've been live, so I gotta, we're doing this on the fly. So yeah, your types of debt are wrong for the type of credit that you're trying to achieve. So take a look at your credit report and see what kind of accounts you actually have listed there, and then see if that's similar to the product that you're trying to apply for. If they don't match, you got some work to do. All right. Now, number 3. The reason that you, with your great credit score, got denied is because you have too much utilization. Nobody cares if you have 1,000 good credit cards that are in good standing if they're all maxed out, right? You could be making your monthly payments every single month, but you're only paying the minimum on all of these cards that have open balances. That's too much utilization, okay? It doesn't matter that you have credit history for 20 years. If all of your open accounts have open balances, they're over 30%, you are not going to get approved for whatever credit product you want. You could probably get a subprime type of product somewhere. You could totally do that. Like that's not hard, right? But you're not going to get, again, that house. You're not going to get that car. You're not going to get that business loan because a lot of business loans go by your personal credit too. You're not going to get that. All right. Because your utilization is too high. Now, here's another thing about utilization that not a lot of people understand. While your income is not reported on your credit report, your utilization tells a story about what your income might be. Got it? So that's a slick way that lenders can guess what your income actually is. So, what's a good way to break that down? All right, let's say you have $60,000 in open credit, right? You're utilizing $50,000 of it altogether. That literally looks like whatever income you're making in your life isn't enough because you still have $50,000 of your $60,000 in available credit that's used up. Okay. Now, I don't have to see your pay stubs to know that you have a spending problem or you have a money making problem. There's no reason that your utilization should be in the 80 percentile if you are making good money. And if you're making good money and your utilization's high, then I know you're living above your means. Okay. So this is kind of a really slick way that lenders look at your credit report and assume what your income is. All right. So I hope that that makes sense. But that's another reason your score could be super high or your credit could be super great and you could have long history, but you're still getting denied for the credit applications that you're putting in. All right. The other thing that happens, and this happens with a lot of my clients, is they are under the impression that they have really good credit because the last time they checked their credit report, they literally had like a clean record. It was beautiful. It was great. Right. This one hurts because a lot of times what will happen is they will get a new negative that will pop up. That happens with my credit repair clients so often. It would make your head spin, but I'm so used to seeing it now. It doesn't phase me, but it does phase a client. So a lot of times when people think their credit is in good standing, all it takes is one negative to like drop your score, and you don't know where that collection is coming from because your debt really, once it hits collections and it's a write-off, it gets sold from company to company. So just because one company deleted it, on the July report doesn't mean that that deletion came because they sold it to another company. And then that next company is going to start reporting it in September or October. So stuff like that can happen. So yeah, even if you have good credit, it's not that hard for your good credit to turn into bad credit. So that's another reason that your credit score could have dropped. We're actually almost done with the notes. Oh God, y'all, it's going to be a short one tonight. But yeah, that could happen because you just got a new negative. Now, here's another reason that is tricky, but it does happen. You can have really good credit and still get denied because you just opened an installment loan. People don't understand when you get an installment loan, it's not like revolving. What happens is, let's say you get a $40,000 car. Yes, your credit was good enough to get you that car, but your utilization is about to take a hit because that whole $40,000 that you owe on that car is going to get slapped onto your credit report. So even though something positive happened where you got a brand new, beautiful car and it looks like it's a symbol of good credit, it's not to a lender because it looks like you just saddled on a whole bunch of extra debt that you probably will have trouble maintaining like new credit that you're going to get after that. Yeah, I hope I'm explaining that one right, but it's not always good to get a car and think that it's going to get you something better in the end, because it really just adds on to your utilization, which sucks. Okay. So that big $40,000 debt, when you look at it from like a utilization standpoint, the $40,000 is your credit line for that car, right? So out of that $40,000, you literally owe that entire $40,000. So until you pay that bill or that entire $40,000 to under 10%, your utilization is going to be wacky on your credit report. So yeah, if you go apply for something else, you could very well get denied if the lender doesn't want to see that much debt. You know what I mean? Even if it's an installment. Now, most creditors will give you the benefit of the doubt. If they see the $40,000 on there and they see it's a car note, they're not going to trip. It just depends on how much your car note actually is. Okay. So I don't want to make it seem like all is lost because, you're super happy. You just got a car, blah, blah, blah. But that's another thing that could be a reason that you're denied for whatever loan you want to get, you know? All right, so let's see here, y'all. We only got like 3 more and then we out of here. I'll be trying to keep it short now because my other lives were like, I think 2 hours or something. Cause like all the homies jumped in and like we went from talking about credit to talking about personal stuff. And I don't know if you were there, Shondo. Maybe you were. Oh yeah, extreme. You're not. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not even showing y'all stuff here. Mm-hmm. Credit is more than a score for one. Ooh, Shondo, if you're still here, you should explain that one. And hey, Extreme. Yeah, you're not going to get that notification. I'm talking to some people that I know that are in YouTube right now, and a lot of them are having the same issue. Little secret about YouTube, and they'll probably cut me off for saying this, but they want you to pay for views. Like if you're not talking about particular topics, and let me know if I'm yelling. I feel like I'm yelling now, but they want you to pay for certain topics. Like we're talking about credit here and we're talking about honest credit. It's not the sensational stuff like apply for this or that and get get a $25,000 credit card with no credit check, even though you ain't got a job right now. Yeah, my channel doesn't talk about that stuff. So since I don't sell the lies, I don't get the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's okay because I got my people that's rocking with me. Anyway, I done got taken off course now. See what you do to me, Extreme? Crazy. Yeah, YouTube is playing, but it's okay because I have enough information and talk to enough people daily about credit that I'm literally never going to run out of content to create. So at some point, YouTube is just going to have to pick it up again. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have to because credit is about to get really, really bad for a lot of people in the next few months. And yeah, y'all are going to need this truth. So thank you for telling me I'm not yelling. Yeah, this mic is an interesting one. But I think I just talk loud naturally, I think is what it is, especially when I get excited about something. So yeah. Um, but no, I appreciate you guys coming in and like sitting there, even if I'm playing in the background. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? You're gonna come get this game one way or another. You gonna get it. All right. You gonna get it. Uh-oh, we got a dead man in here. Oh Lord. Hey Epstein. How's it going? How's McAfee? Have you seen him? Epstein? Epstein and McCa. Man, I could get banned for just saying that. Okay, anyway, y'all, I got to finish up now. All right. The next reason, I think we're on reason number 4 here, that you with your good credit score, your 750, you got all up in my inbox. You got super happy about having a 750. You was telling me that you was going to get approved for everything and you got denied. The reason that you got denied with your really good credit score, reason number 4, is because you have opened way too many credit accounts at one time. That's why. That could definitely be a huge reason. A lot of times this happens with my credit repair clients too. They get really happy when they get a score increase and they end up wanting to go out and apply for a bunch of things at one time. The issue with that is you still have messed up credit, like on some parts of your credit report. And then now you have this nice little window where some good stuff happened and then you messed it up again by opening up a whole bunch of new credit accounts. The reason that that affects your ability to get approved for things is because you're looking to a creditor like you're over leveraging yourself because you're starting to apply for way too much credit. That goes back to that income thing we were just talking about. If you have to apply for so many credit products at one time in a short period of time, it looks like you're kind of what's the word? It's like you're shopping around because you don't make enough money to finance your own life. You're looking for the credit card companies to do it, right? That's what it could possibly look like. So I definitely caution my customers, or my clients rather, from applying for a ton of new credit when their credit score raises, because you need to let yourself calibrate. Like, don't get super excited just because you have that high score. Let it marinate for a while. Like, this is new territory for you. You're not used to having good credit. You're not used to having good payment history. You're not used to that. Like, you're not used to being responsible. I hate to put it that way, but you're not used to being responsible. So don't mess that up by jumping right back into irresponsible behavior and applying just because something came in the mail. If you work with me, some of y'all in the chat might feel like this is my ego a little bit, but you need to ask permission before you start applying for stuff if you work with me, because I don't want our hard work to get reversed, because you decided to open up a bunch of accounts. Okay. How do I say it nicely? I'm going to get my money either way from the monthly payment that you're paying me. Doing this is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. Okay. We're in this together. All right. So if your credit score miraculously jumps up, please do not start applying all over town. You're going to look erratic and crazy. Okay. Okay. So you say they want you to pay for stuff that most YouTube. Yes. Yes. That's very true. Very true. Um, you know what? You know what? I was thinking about going back to those too because I enjoy doing those, but I will tell you it's I don't know. I think I want to go live a little bit more because I like talking on the fly. I want to really learn how to do that. If I'm reading something, it's a lot easier, but speaking on the fly is definitely a skill. It's a skill, and anybody that can do it is a genius. But back to the YouTube thing, yeah, a little known secret, or little known secret, yeah. Anyway, something y'all don't know. When you see those videos, like if you pick a certain topic and you see the video in the left hand corner, or you're watching a video and you see videos in the upper left hand corner of your screen, like on your phone and stuff, a lot of those videos, those people are paying to be placed there. So if I do a fancy thumbnail, which I don't know if y'all noticed, but my thumbnail game is like on fleek right now, right? Like, I don't know what happened. It must be the Lord, because I've gotten this creative streak that just popped up. But yeah, if I have a super vibrant thumbnail on a video that I want y'all to see, all I have to do is go into my Google ads and pay for that. And I will literally be at the very top of your screen as long as you're searching for something that's similar to whatever it is that I'm talking about. Yeah. So that's a little secret that not a lot of people talk about, but it's marketing. So if you always see a certain credit person on that side of the screen, they're paying for that. Um, that's pretty much how YouTube works now. It's yeah. I only know because I may or may not have done it once or twice. And then once you stop paying, they stop pushing your videos. So that's kind of what happened too. And I stopped recording for like 2 months or something. So yeah. Oh god. You're so funny, Epstein. If you're still here. Yeah. Yeah, creditors look at your credit report way differently than you do. Your average consumer only looks at the credit report for the credit score. And I think that that's a shame because your credit score is so multifaceted and multi-layered. I love things that have layers and hidden features, hence why I like Samsung more than Apple. Yeah, I said it at me. It's cool. But yeah, I like to dig into things and see why and how they work the way that they work. And I think with your credit report, that's what you guys have to do. Because again, that's why I thought about doing this video, to tell y'all why, even with your good credit score, you got denied, right? Because you don't understand how your credit, not you all, but your average consumer doesn't understand the information they're even looking at on their credit report, even when it's positive. They don't understand. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's very true. That's what I'm talking about. So I understand. Shondo, I know you get it. I think you've left comments on my other videos before. They're very, every now and then, the people that know credit come in and they talk about it, but the ones that don't, they're lurking in the back, which is good because they need to get this game. But yeah, pay attention to what's in your credit report, how it's reporting, because most of the time your good credit score is only because your utilization is low. That's usually it. Like, I had a client that I was messaging back and forth with today, because she had a question about a big collection account. We got one, it was, I think, like $6,000 or something. And we got it removed, but her score didn't move at all. And she was tripping out, like, do you know when they're going to show that my credit score went up? And I had to tell her, like, well, nah, like the score increase that you saw, those like 2 or 3 points, that's all you're gonna get. That's it. Because two things happened here. You just got rid of some of your credit history by taking off that account, but it wasn't that old. It was only like 2019, I think. But she didn't get some points because she messed up the credit age. And then the other thing that happened is, she didn't tell me this, but I saw it. So if you're watching, I peeped that she opened up a new line of credit. And when she opened up this new line of credit, she also is almost maxed out. So it was like a $1,500 credit card, and it's at like 1,300 on the credit report. So I'm like, that's why your score is not moving. Like, if you could pay that down, because she got a new line of credit and almost maxed it out, in addition to the deletion that we got for her, that is why her score did not raise. So again, because this client didn't necessarily know how to read her credit report, that's the only reason she asked me the question. That's the reason that she wanted to know, will my credit score go up any higher? Well, if you knew how to read the credit report, you would know why it didn't go up. But with what I do, it is my job to tell the client that that's what happened. So I explained it and everything, and I don't think she messaged me back, so she must have understood. I'm thinking she gets it, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so again, honestly, I'm gonna put it on my channel anyway. Like, if y'all come through, or if you know somebody, because I know everybody in my chat right now has good credit. All five of y'all got good credit. You just here because I'm the homie. I love you. But yeah, I'm gonna probably teach people how to read their credit reports, because I think that's necessary. So many people don't. Yeah, Samsung Squad for sure. I don't know about Apple. It's a little too simplistic for me, but I'm acting like I'm complicated. I ain't that complicated. Yay. Thank you. Super simple. Amazon.com and Ross. Oh man. You talking about my client? I probably do. Um that makes sense. But you know what I do sometimes when people don't want to listen, and they don't want to come back to the YouTube videos where they found me anyway to get educated. Um I will fire a client. Like, that's the other thing too. There's nothing wrong with firing a client. Like, if you're not as serious about your credit journey as I am about helping you with it, that's okay. Like, it just means that we're not a good match. We went on a first date, and I don't know, like, I saw that you had a booger in your nose, and I'm just not going to call you back. Whatever it is, I don't know. Or you have a baby's mom. And it's like, yeah, it's okay. Like, you can start the credit restoration relationship, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Not everybody is ready to fix their FICO. Know what I mean? But yeah, she's not on timeout though. I'm only going to work with her maybe another month or two. So anyway. Oh, did I mention that I was looking for a hot date? Now that's really cool. So you know exactly like what I'm talking about firsthand. So that's what's up right there. I love that. Yeah, as long as you have a 500,000 in available credit, and you don't run it up to 475,000 unless you're buying a business or investing in something that's going to, you know, give us immediate returns. Give us immediate returns. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. And credit is a game, and that's why I hope, I'm going to close out pretty soon, guys. But yeah, I do hope that, if anything with my channel, I want to teach people that credit is indeed a game. And that's all it is. People take it way too serious, but then they also don't take it seriously enough. Like, you need to care enough about it to learn the ins and outs of it and what your role in it is. And then you also need to figure out what your goal is. And then once you know the goal, you can just work backwards and figure out what your game plan is. That's all that credit really, like, I don't know, that's all good credit takes. Like, it just takes a little bit of um, what would you call it, guys? Like, you just have to be concerned with where you end up. That's all it is. All right. So I think I'm on reason number 5. Y'all see how I get sidetracked. That's why I got to go live more because y'all know I be rambling. Okay, so last thing, number 5. This could be a reason that you have a great credit score and you got denied. Now, hear me out on this one, because I don't know if you guys remember. I did a video a while back talking about Black people having bad credit. So many people in those comments got mad at me because I was telling the truth. But listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't think that the next thing I'm about to say, I don't think it has anything to do with race. Okay. I think your good credit score and getting denied for products is because of where you live. Hear me out. I'm going to give you an example from where I live here in California. Again, you can have a great 750 and you can have some real good information on your credit score or on your credit report. But the one thing that you can have on your credit report that's going to look bad to a potential lender, again, is your address. Okay. Um, Number one, if you don't have a home address, that's a problem because you already look like you might be bouncing around and something's up. Because why don't you want anybody to know where you lay your head at night? Also, why do you have a home? No disrespect to those that live in tents. Okay. I used to live in Hollywood, so I get it. But, but if you don't have a valid address, that's a problem, right? Like, I don't know. Think about dating somebody and you never find out where they live, or you just never go over. Like, I don't know. It's weird. The other thing about your zip code is that you can have a high credit score, but if you're in a low income zip code, that's a problem too for a lot of lenders. Like, I was very strategic. I'll tell you guys a little something. For my business zip code used to be a Hollywood address. It used to be 90038. And now it's 90212. Yeah, 90212, I believe, which is, if you're savvy, that's Beverly Hills. And the median income in Beverly Hills as of 2019 is about $149,000. So, if you have an office address or a home address in a really good zip code, you're more likely to get approved. If you have a zip code in 90301, which, if you're California savvy, that's Inglewood. Yeah, Inglewood is going through gentrification right now, but who cares? That could be temporary, right? Especially with 2020, everything that happened then. That gentrification is, who knows if that's going to last, right? The median income for that zip code, 90301, Inglewood, California, is approximately $47,000. So if I were a lender and I got an application from 90210 versus 90301, I don't care about your credit score because, see, again, credit scores are something consumers worry about. You see what I'm saying? You're playing checkers when you're thinking about your credit score only. The lender is playing chess, thinking about the makeup of your credit score. They want the meat and potatoes. They want the working parts inside of your credit report. Okay, um, so yeah, I kind of wanted to break that down. I don't think that bad credit has anything to do with race at all. So if you're a Black person and you're applying in 90210, I'm not sure how the lender is going to know that you're Black. I know that they're going to know you're in a good zip code. And if you're in 90301, yes, it is being gentrified. However, historically, that is not a wealthy part of town. So, yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're probably a renter if you live there. You may or may not have a job, and if you do, it could be fast food, it could be hospitality. Not that those are bad jobs because we need you guys. I need y'all, and I think, yeah, I worked in retail. Like my first job was at Fox Hills Mall, if you guys know where that's at. Um, but yeah, so I need you guys to stop looking at the race thing for bad credit. It has to do with your zip code. I hope that makes sense. Thanks for listening. Oh, nice. So a hidden trade line? Sean, if you're still here, can you explain that a little bit more? Because I've never heard of a hidden trade line. What I've heard, and I guess the way that that company you're talking about, I'm guessing the way that they do that is in one of my other videos, I talked about why information's on your credit report anyway. Uh, okay, here's a little bit of trivia. Your reports or your accounts don't have to report on your credit report. Like, did y'all know that? Like, show of hands, all 3 of y'all. No, there's 5 of y'all in here now, I hope. But yeah, just because you have an open line of credit, it doesn't have to show on your credit report. Let's say I'm Macy's, the store, right? And you open up a credit account with me. I can choose to report you to the credit bureau or not. There's nothing legally that says that I have to report this account. So I'm assuming that if a company is letting you consolidate your loans, but they're not reporting it, that's to do you a favor, obviously. But it's just because also they don't want to pay the credit bureau to report your information. That's what I'm getting at there with that one. Um, is that pretty much what you think is going on there? Because that's like the only way that that would be possible. Yeah, but your lenders don't have to report your information. So yeah, it's not. They don't. That's not necessary. Mhm. You know what? Retired 2019. I don't know if you heard me say it earlier, but um, this is what I want you to do. If you are going to subscribe to this channel, thank you so much for one. The other thing is, do not focus on your credit score so much, okay? Because a credit score is like fly by night. That could go up, go down. It's not static. Like it literally can go from 50 points down to 50 points up in a month just because you paid a $30 bill. That's the truth. Like if you could tackle your utilization, your score could just jump up super high. And then if you spend a lot in 1 month and you just happen to, they take a snapshot of your account and report it as, over 80% utilization, your score is susceptible to those kinds of little nuances. So that's why I say don't worry about the score. Worry about the content of your credit report. Okay? Like that's the reason I tell people watch free videos for sure. Like for sure, do that. But take the information you're getting from those free videos and apply it to your life. Like apply it to your credit score, apply it to your credit report. Because again, that's what this video is about. Like you have a high credit score, but you're wondering why you're getting denied. You're getting denied because you're not paying attention to the content of your credit report. That's why. So learn to start looking at it and reading it. Don't worry about that score so much. Don't do that because lenders aren't even looking at that. They, I mean, all right, let me put it this way. Your credit score is like your resume, right? It's going to get you into the waiting room. It's going to get you the interview. Your credit score gets you the interview, but it's what's on the resume and your actual experience that you can explain. That's what gets you the job. Your charisma, all this other stuff. It's not the resume. The resume didn't get you the job. It's the impression you made when you got to the interview. So your credit score, again, in the door, contents of the score gets you the job. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, zip code is always a decisive factor. And that's why, like I said, when I decided to leave Hollywood, I'm in a county that is definitely more affluent in the state of California. But I didn't want to use that zip code just because for me also, I just want to have a zip code in 90210. Like I just want that. But but yeah, I was very like decisive. Like okay, I grew up in a place called Hawthorne in California, which is like right next door to Inglewood, right? And it's right next to Gardena. It's like right next to all of these areas that are low income. But Hawthorne was not necessarily low income because it had a lot of aerospace people. Um, but I would never do a credit application with a zip code in Hawthorne. I wouldn't do it. It's too close to everything else that's not good. So yeah, it's a deciding factor. And again, people always want to put that race thing on top of it, but nah, it ain't about that. It's about what's going on economically in your area. That is it. Because I was thinking about that redlining thing that people talk about, and I know that it was like geared towards Black people or whatever. But if you were a white person in a redlining zone, like you were going to get treated exactly the same as those other people of color in that area because of your zip code, not because of your freaking race. There's like white guys named Dwayne. So not sure that makes sense, but yeah, so I always tell people like don't look at the sensational reasons. And thank y'all for putting up with my ugly ass tattoo too. But yeah, like I don't know, whenever you think it's one thing with your credit, it's something else. So yeah. Mhm. Yep, that could totally happen. And you know what? Amex is very they're becoming very consumer friendly, which is amazing because it is still a prestige credit card company. Like, I don't think that label is ever going to go away from them. It's like them and Chase, and I'm sure there's a couple others. But when you think about pretty good credit cards that people are like that are sought after, American Express is one of them. And I will tell you, I just got where is it? I don't know if I. Oh yeah, I do have it here. Hang on. Y'all know I love showing you what's in my wallet. This is a new one that I got. And I did a short on it, but yeah, let me cover my pertinent information. But yeah, we just got this for the company. Um and I will tell you, when I pull this out, yeah, it feeds my ego a little bit because it's like metal or something. And people look at it like they look at it twice. So yeah, American Express still prestige no matter what they say. And now that you're in the family of American Express, keep it going. Do not stop with that one card. You need to keep going for sure. So if they offer you something else, check the terms and apply. You know. But again, if you get denied, rewind this video and find out why. Yep, it's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, that's legit, man. And you know what? I've been thinking like secretly low key. I want to expand what I do in the credit industry. I'm not going to necessarily say it yet because I'm not sure which direction I want to go. But debt consolidation is definitely something that is going to be lucrative in the next few years. Um, yeah, and that's a great sell right there to not report it. That's a great sell. That's like worth its weight in gold. Amazing. All right. CP channel, like color people? Yeah, exactly. The only thing, like I said, just make sure that you have the proof that you're in that zip code. I have proof that I'm in that zip code, and I will tell you something that's so funny. The state of California, I have to get approved by the Department of Justice every single year to run my credit restoration company, right? And when I put the address on my application, when they ran it, they were like, "Excuse me, like what's actually at this address?" And I was like, "Hey, my business." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, well we ran it, and the building looks a little different." And I'm like, "Yeah, but that's what I put. So go ahead and approve it." And they did, because I just didn't take no for an answer. Because at the end of the day, we relocated our business because of the zip code. We didn't do it to make y'all more comfortable when you come to the office or come talk to me. That's not why we did it. We did it because we want to get business credit. And baby, it's working. You know what I mean? It's working. So the next goal for us at PX Credit Solutions and really Premier Excellence LLC, which is the main company that I own, the big goal, and we'll see how it goes. The big goal is to obtain business credit, like a business loan for the company, because we can do so much more with that. than anything. So see how the way that like I'm thinking about this, it's like I don't want a good credit score for my business just to have it, just for the sake of it. It's like, no, we're actually trying to build, credit for the company and credit for myself, obviously. Like, I don't know if you guys know my story, but I had really like shitty credit a few years ago. And because I was able to fix it, that's what made me want to open my company in the first place. But I recognized during my credit journey that I started to slack because I didn't have an actual goal of what I wanted to do. So I had no incentive to learn. I had no incentive to really, get deep into the credit game, which is why a lot of people suffer because they don't have a goal and they're not interested in anything. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's number 5. Zip code. We circled back. See that? I didn't forget. But yeah, so those are the 5 reasons. So I'm going to recap really quick. And if you guys have any questions or any input, feel free to put it on there. I've been going for 40 minutes, which means I can talk. Amazing. So yeah, you were probably denied with your good credit score because you don't have enough trade lines. Okay. 2 or 3 is not enough. You need 5. I recommend 2 installments, 3 credit cards, no store cards. All right. But 5 to start. All right. Number 2, your types of debt are not correct for the type of account you're trying to open. All right. That's a long explanation. You'll have to rewind back to understand what I'm saying there. Number 3, too much utilization, because high utilization looks like you don't have enough income. It looks like you're living above your means. All right. That's why you have that good credit score and you didn't get approved. Utilization. They're not looking at your score. They're looking at what you spend. Number 4, you just got a new negative account or you just opened up a large positive installment. All right. And let's see. Oh, it looks like we actually had 6. Number 5 was you opened up too many credit accounts at once. You got slap happy with your 750 credit score and applied all over town. And then number 6, it's because of where you live. So that one's a bummer. But it's true. It's not because you're Black. It's because you live in a bad zip code. All right. And actually, I got a bonus for y'all. Number 7, which is super basic. You have too many inquiries. So stop applying everywhere. Or you could hit us up and see about getting them removed. Or check out my video where I talk about how to remove them, both legally and otherwise. All right. Let's see what y'all got here. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. I saw the rose gold. Does anybody here have that one? The rose gold card? Because I didn't see the option until after I got this one. And then they're like, yeah, by the way, we have a rose gold option for American Express. You should try it. Like, okay, been swiping the gold one all over town already. Amazing. Oh, yeah. Hey, that dude is fire, man. Like, oh man, like I started watching him last year. Shout out to the credit plug. Like he was just doing a couple videos here and there. And then he just blew the F up like out of nowhere. Now he's one, I don't think he paid for his views. I think honestly, just because 2020 was crazy and he had information that people really needed, they probably shouldn't do it because it's all about applying for credit. But yeah, that dude is dope. That was funny. I'll be trying. Wait, you talking about me? I'll be trying. I'll be trying a little bit. I'll be trying. All right, I think this is the last one. Oh my God, I love that. I'm gonna actually screenshot that. That was good. Extreme, if you're still here, I'm totally taking that, but I'm gonna give you credit for that one. That's funny. I love it. All right, cool beans. You guys, I didn't mean for this to go on this long. I literally came on here thinking I was going to only spend 10 minutes with you guys, but I'm going to start going live even, more often because really I want to get back into the swing of talking to you guys. And I want to share my credit knowledge with you guys on a regular basis. So the viewership is definitely starting to increase again, which is good. YouTube is going to have to accept that I'm here to stay. I don't think I'm going to leave. I talk a lot and credit is just an evergreen topic that we can talk about forever because everybody needs help with it. So, all right, guys. I only see a couple of y'all left some comments here. So yeah, we're closing out. You guys are welcome for the live stream. Retired 2019. Please go through some of the videos. Some of them are a little bit long, so you could, kind of click through them a little bit. But yeah, you're gonna get a lot of game here, and I will definitely keep my regular videos short and sweet and to the point. On the lives, I think is where I'll be more long-winded, and you guys can come in and tell me about your day and whatever credit questions you have. Will designate these lives for that. So even if you don't need it, tell somebody that because I'm at that point right now where I have the game and I want to give it to you. So a lot of the other stuff you got to pay me for, but if you happen to catch a live, you might get some information I normally charge for. I charge a lot to talk to me for 30 minutes. So yeah, that's about it, y'all. So this is your credit solutionist. I will probably see y'all on the next video. I think it's going to drop tomorrow at like 11 a.m. I'm trying different times to see how it goes. But anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. Extreme. So happy you stayed. Shondo, you going to hop on a live with me at some point, just so you know. So get your cam ready. We're going to talk. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night. Credit Solutionist out.